Hey everybody, welcome back to another day of market updates with, of course, Pulsechain, Hex, and Pumps. So that's a good way of leading the show. We're obviously going to get into TitanX, and hyperdeflation is very, very close. It is really deflating a lot in the last 14 days. So we're going to talk about that. Hyperdeflation is coming big time from the 30th of October. So that's coming up on payment 369. We're going to get into ORX results. That obviously the third of the big DeFis is launched. We're going to see how that is progressing. So far, it looks good with the results. So we're going to get into that. And of course, AlienX and Lotus are coming up as well. AlienX, of course, bullish for Inferno, and Lotus bullish for Vault, two of the three stores of value in the TitanX ecosystem, in addition to DragonX, of course. So we're going to get into all that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget, get in the chat there, make it lively. We're on 3 different YouTube channels: Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain X. Streaming to over 10,500 subscribers. A big thank you to everybody that supports the channel. If you haven't joined our Discord, the Discord link's in the video description as well. $5 a month to join our private Discord for Pulsechain and Hex. And if you want to go next level, join our strategy club, which is really, really fun. And people making mad gains. That is multi-chain opportunities. So get in that. And of course, it's $35 a month. A really great value there. So join us in our community. Let's see who else in the house there. We've got Gigi in the house there. Good morning, good morning. Good to see you. We've got Craig Pitt as well in the house. Hey, Craig, hope you're doing well. Just checking some of the channels over here. So let me have a quick look at that. And let's go for gold. Let's jump over this channel. Looking good there. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the updates. And we're going to start with the stock market. This is the results, of course, for Wednesday. It's Thursday here in New Zealand, and we're always a day ahead. Stock market today, Dow closes at record high as earnings season continues. Now we saw Monday was really good record numbers for stock market. Tuesday was a pullback on some disappointing results, and then now Wednesday has been another good day, and the Dow has made another record here. So kind of good to see that. The Dow Jones is up 0.8%, 337 points to 43,077. The S&P 500 is up almost 0.5%, 27 points to 5,842. And the NASDAQ, of course, with all the tech companies in it, is up 0.25% at 51 points to 18,366. So some really, really good stuff happening there. If we click on the Dow Jones, we can see in the chart that we go max, and we can see we're at record all-time highs here, 43,000 on the Dow Jones. Isn't that pretty impressive? Looking at the S&P 500. That is, look at that record busting numbers. Look at it just keep going. And the NASDAQ as well, looking really, really good. Look at that, far out. That is just incredible on those charts. You can see the little baby chart there, just up and to the right. Obviously, if we get Trump into power on the 5th of November, it's going to just keep going, folks, because we're going to have good financial management in the US, good geopolitics, and the world's going to be a much better place. We got Hexcavator in the house there. Hey, gang, good to see Hexcavator. We got Wookie as well. We love sun, says Wookie. Nice one there. Are you talking about Justin Sun? Or are you talking about the sun in the sky? Hey, wave, wave, wave. Indeed. Let's wave everybody in the house. Come on, let's rap to the beat of crypto. All right, so that is pretty much it. Now, earnings season's been pretty good. Banks doing pretty well there. Chip stocks there a little bit meek there. So that's kind of where we are with the stock market. Let's jump over to the crypto. Crypto there is 67,759 on Bitcoin. So nice little movement here to the upside. October is starting to play out, right? Starting to play out. $67,759, up a 1.5%. Bitcoin dominant, still dominant coin, still dominant. So altcoin season not really started yet. 56%. Ethereum there is at $2,620, up just under 1%. Those are kind of the marks there. Everything's up a few percentage points. Solana at 1.1%. $254. XRP at 1.8% 55 cents. Tron up 0.8% there, 16 cents. ADA is only up very slightly, 0.1%, 35 cents. That's kind of the mix there. So those are kind of the leaders at the moment. And of course, BNB at 1.8% at $603. So kind of chilling around as the crypto market. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin itself. We can see on the daily here, this is how we're tracking. We are in October here, so kind of tracking sideways, slightly down to the downside. We have broken up a new high here. See that? So we had a low here of this high here was only 64,900. Then we've got a slightly higher high here. That's at 66,500. and now we've got a new high here, moving up to 67,800 or so. So really looking much better is the chart. We've got uptrends in the moving averages. That yellow line is the 50-day moving average. So let's zoom in on that, and you can see we're in October, right? That's that yellow line. That's all of October, and we're tracking up very nicely there. Heading into the US election, going to be very critical this US election. It's not important just for crypto, but it's going to be important for the next 100 years. Honestly, it is that significant. And we are up here for 20 days. 20 days there. Look at that. Until the US election. Amazing. So then we've got 2 days after that, which is 22 days away. We've got the next interest rate cut. So hopefully that's at least 25 basis points on there. So good news still coming there. All right, so this is kind of where we're tracking to on the forward-looking book here. Given bull market cycles, history rhymes, even if it doesn't exactly repeat, it certainly rhymes. So we could get our Christmas rally moving out of October here, and taking us into December here, getting us up to 90 to 100K on Bitcoin. You guys know when we start the rally, it really does ramp up very fast. Just remember that. So it happens very fast. So if you think, oh, I can't make it, well, actually, we're looking pretty good at $67,700 here. It can rally up very quickly to this 90 to 100K zone here, very impressively. So then maybe by the time we get to the end of the cycle, at least the expected cycle there, 820, 870 days, we may get up to this 150, 180 mark by March, April. And then possibly even maybe we'll get an extended rally, maybe even hit 240 or something during 2025. Really is important that Trump wins the election, though, I think for that upward scenario. And that's kind of where we are at the moment. All right. So remember, with interest rates, though, we're getting these interest rate cuts, and that's positive. But we often have very delayed impacts of the interest rate cuts right on the real economy. So that may be something that, whoever president wins, hopefully Trump has to deal with in the next year. So just keep that as a caveat there. And obviously we've got geopolitical risks, North Korea, Iran, and of course, Ukraine, Russia issues. So still got things like that running around at the moment. Let's see how the Bitcoin returns are tracking at the moment for October. Well, we can see that we indeed started off pretty poorly. We were down negative for the month. Now we're up 6.55%. So that's looking pretty good. So 6.5% up there. So we're tracking nicely on the monthly returns. Last year we did 28.5%. So who knows what was going to happen in the next 2 weeks before at the end of October. But so far we're starting off very well for our Christmas rally, aren't we? September, 7.29%. Remember, September is normally a down month, one of the two worst months in the year, but it was green. So very, very good here. And what we're seeing is very, very positive. So you can feel upbeat about this potential rally into Christmas, looking very good. And if Trump wins, man, OMG, supercharge, pro-crypto president. And of course, we see the Kamala Harris and that pandering late with the cryptos, pro-crypto, that's a lie. They'll just U-turn on that and backstab all the people they're trying to trick at the moment. All right, so let's jump into the Bitcoin halvings. You can see the halvings are the straight green lines. We can see that we got the 2024 here, 2020 back here, 2016 back here, 2012 back here. You can see that, for the most part, particularly the last two halvings, we kind of had just a slight uptrend before the real parabolic takeoff. This is what we're looking for. This is the bull market, what we're looking for here, what this little area. We saw that in 2020. This very volatile, up and down, and then but slightly moving to the upside, and then a breakaway. That's the bull market we're looking for, right? That's the stuff that's going to make you the magic money, right? That's the magic money right there. At the moment, you can see we're kind of in a very similar area. It's slightly flatter though, but we actually have bigger bull news than we ever had in these other halvings. We've got Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs. We've got big channels to money to come in. So this move is going to be pretty exciting to see when it starts taking off. You can already see a little bit of an upside here happening in the chart right now. We are in October as well. We've got US election, interest rate cuts. So this is very good foundation for this big hyper rally. We're looking for this. This is what's coming. That's where you're going to make the magic money. All you have to do, as I say in Strategy Club, is make sure you sell before the top and make mad gains, right? Because you don't want to be stuck in the bear market, right? Don't be stuck in the bear market afterwards. All right, so that's kind of where we are on those progressions there. Ethereum at the moment is at 2,618, still in a death cross. As you can see, the 50 days below the 200 day, but we're starting to get a bit of movement up there. So we can feel optimistic that's going to follow Bitcoin up into that rally. And of course, Ethereum ETFs out there too, right? So TikTok, time to rock. Yeah, let's move on into meme coins. We're going to have a look there. So Dogecoin moving up 18% for the week, 18.5 billion. Some really good signs here. And of course, we're not even in this big rally yet, right? So you know how big this is going to get in valuation. It is up almost 10% for the day. Everything's up pretty much up on the meme coins. Let's just scroll down here. We've got the Brett is up 25% a week, but actually flat today. What else is looking pretty nice there? Mogcoin doing pretty well, 48%, 15% for the day. Dogcoin, which is the one we're backing for the win, the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin, first time ever for a bull market. It is up 45% for the week, 5% today, sitting at 550 million market cap. It's going to be exciting to see this. It hasn't got tier 1s exchanges yet, but apparently there are multiple tier 1s in the mix. So we're looking for that very, very soon. That the dog could re-rate very severely up to the upside. So meme coin starting to move today. Nice work. Let's have a look at the total market cap. 2.33 trillion is the total crypto market cap, up 1.2%. Volume, however, is at 84 billion, down 22%. So that's where we are on the old crypto news. Now, it's not really other news around, but that is the main stuff there. All right, so getting to chat there, folks. It seems to be a very quiet day. I don't know where everyone is today. It must be on holiday or something. We're going to get into Pulsechain, day 523. 523, let's go. And Pulsechain here, quadruple 0519 up 4.6%. So some nice movement happening here on the Pulsechain. Up, it's over 50% of the main sacrifice price at the moment. Pulsex is at quadruple 0295, and that is up 8.2%. So really good move there today. Almost at 30% of the main sacrifice price. The buy and burn is at 1,034 billion. 5.14% of public supply is now being bought up and burned. And Serum token is up 7.68%, $2.21. So that's 4.6% is the Pulsechain price, and the rest of it is the move up in ratio at 42,601 Pulse per incentive token. We did see some big buying with, I think it was stable coins yesterday on Pulse alerts. I think it was like $500,000 worth of buying on incentive, if I remember rightly. I'm not sure whether that was a trade or whether it was a solid buy. I think it was. We got total supply at 45 million tokens. And of course, that's emitted from the Pulsex V1 farms. But of course, the title of the video is Hex Pumps. It does indeed. It is up 13.4%, leading the way again at 1% and just under 1.6 cents basically at the moment. You can see there. EHEX at the moment is at 29/100th of a penny, so just under a third of a cent. The combined price of EHEX and PX is at 1.86 cents, so holding up pretty strong. And it looks like it's about to move up for that next phase. It really does look pretty good for that. And of course, we've got the court case coming up, right? So the court case is coming up. Just have a look at Hex here. We're going to just pull this one out of the charts, and we can see on the daily that we kind of cooled off. We were overheated. Remember, we had this giant rally, did about a 5.3x on this rally. And of course, RSI was very hot, and eventually it came down. And here we are. We bounced off 55 on the daily, and we're currently at 62. So it's got plenty of room to move up as well. And here we are, got a nice green candle going on. Now, the really, really bullish sign was this 50-day here. This is moving over the 200-day in orange. So the yellow line, that's a very bullish. We already had the short term, right, on the daily. We already had the 13 over the 34 go bullish. But now we've got the actual long term as well, 50 over the 200. That's a very bullish. So I think we're looking very good for a move up here. And we ended up getting to 1.7 cents today, currently at 1.57 cents. And the low was 1.35. So really nice move today, and a very good long-term bullish cross here for the next wave. So we're going to get another wave up higher to 2 cents. So we're going to hit that 2 cents. It's definitely got room in the RSI to probably hit 2 cents. And that would be back at, of course, you guys know it, back at the pre-SEC price, right? So let's go to where that is. It's all the way back here. Look at that. This is the daily charts all the way back here, 2 cents. And that was when we dipped on the news and down we came. So getting back to that before the court case would be very, very exciting. And we know the court case is coming up here, as far as I know, the last time on the 31st of October. So that's coming up very, very soon as well. So let's zoom in on that. That is coming up. So 31st, where is that? Bam, I don't believe it's been changed at all. So that is where we're coming up there for the US court case in New York versus Pulsechain, Pulsechain, Hex, and Richard Hart. 15 days away. 15 days away from that. We may not get an answer from the judge from that for 30 to 90 days. So just we'll see how we go. So that means the price can keep pumping. We have a Christmas rally; it can pump into that too, arguably. So yeah, bring it on, bring it on. So that is the results for Hex. Let's jump into some of the others. We're going to have a look at derivatives. We've got some nice movements here. The 10-year Hex mining pool, the Maximus Decimus, as they say, is up 14%. The 3-year one is up 13.4%. The 7-year one, Lucky, is up 11.5% there. And the 15.2-year one, remember, this is going to be the big giant well out in the 30s, 2030s, is up 10.6% as well. And we've got some honorable mention to Hendron on both chains. Is up as well, and ICOs are making a little bit of green candle there too. Stablecoins is 5.9% on Sunmeal. This is supposed to be $1.60, right? That's the target price. Apparently, that's the target price of one of those meals. There's that 37 cents at the moment, so we'll keep a lookout for that. I think we still haven't seen that $20 million come over yet either, so I'm not sure what's happening there either. I'm not sure if Hex Scout has had an update on that. This speculative stablecoin, PDI, is just below 3,200 penny, and it's flat today. Not much action there either. Let's jump over to influencer coins. Bromance from Ben Armstrong is up 6.6% there. Ben is up 6% as well. Scuba Steve is up 5.7%, so some nice little moves there. Now, SolidX, of course, is going to have a big protocol crash game coming from founder, the DragonX founder, Eric. And, of course, that's coming up hopefully by December, I think is when they're expecting that. So this could be a super, super good buy. SolidX, of course, is from Randy Alaski's whale friend, Fire Whale, and so that he's up 2.3%. Now, special mention to Randy. I had a few little medical scares out there, so we do wish you a speedy recovery and stabilization out there, Randy. So, God bless you, and we'll pray for you as well, that you have that strong recovery. All right, so that is kind of it. When the influencer coins, let's go to Jacob's Pulse BNB Mafia quickly. We got Pulse Mafia at the moment up 2%. We got BNB is also because BNB Mafia here is down 1% at the moment. So some really good buying. You can go to get into that before the map. Apparently the map is about 70% complete. The back end contracts apparently complete. It's really just a lot of the animation, the 3D animation for that metaverse that is being worked on at the moment. So that's how we understand it on that one. So it is getting closer. So get your positions in Mafia today. I will be doing a special Mafia show for the Directorate Allegiance with the Yakuzas and all the rest of the families there. So we're going to get into that. All right, let's go have a look at the overall for Pulsechain. Let's see where we're at here for the moment. We got 27.2 million in volume today, so really good. That's a really good upbeat there. We like that. Over 25 million, very important. 340,000 transactions, looking pretty good. We've got some crazy token up here, 7,600%, it reckons. It's hard. It's got a bit of volume on it, I guess. Very, very speculative one there. Rage. Got other tokens here, free as well. Free Soul, lots of meme coins in the list here. Jupiter, BCH, Dome there as well. So, and then Hex, the number 6 at the moment. Halgo, of course, which benefits from Hex, is up 13% as well. Peak of the meme coin, up 12.8%. Maker is at 12.336%. Qmon up 12% as well. Chitan is up 11%. So we've got quite a few. Goku, and of course the other one here, PDDC. So a lot of these are meme coins, except for pretty much Hex, Algo, and let's see here. I guess Maker's a contract, but PDDC here up just under 10%. So those kind of honorable mentions. Also related to PDDC is UFO. That's up 8% as well. So those are kind of the leads there. I've got a couple of the decent protocols in the mix of those meme coins. So, and spec coins as well. All right, so that's pretty much it on Hex. On Pulsechain, let's go quickly look at the gas prices. Super cheap today on gas prices. 156,000 beats, 0.3 of a penny for a Pulsex swap. Almost 2,900 times cheaper than Ethereum at 9 Gwei on Ethereum. So Pulsechain, they're looking very good for business. Let's jump over to validators. 48,665 validators, so a full DeFi chain. And of course the bridge there, 113.9 million. So that looks like we're up about $1 million from yesterday. So that's only a good thing, right? That's only a good thing. and obviously Bitcoin and ETH are up, and so is EHEX contributing to that probably mostly. So that is day 523. We're obviously going to be starting day 524 in probably 40 minutes. 40 minutes there. So that is pretty much that. Not bad at all. Hex IG says Pika. Yeah, it surprisingly keeps popping up there in the top movers, isn't it? The old Pika there. All right, let's jump into the Pulse. Let's go to the BM. No, we're going to TitanX now. So let's bring up TitanX and go for gold. Don't forget to get in the chat there. And yeah, TNX. What's that? Is that TitanX? Is that TitanX there? And let's pull up the TitanX ecosystem. We've got some big things happening here. So let's do that. All right, we've added an ORX, so Ouroboros, the big lending and stable coin, which is coming up. That's going to be a few weeks later. We have got that. It's going to have public testnet soon. I think this week even. So ORX there, Ouroboros is up 499% at $1.32, down 18% for 6 hours, but up 6% for the last hour. And there's not much supply out at the moment, right? So we're going to talk about that. Pulsar is up 30%, and that's not on much volume though. It's only got 8,600 liquidity, so not getting a lot of love there at the moment for the old Pulsar. That's an Ethereum TitanX Pulsechain crossover. Janus, the other Pulsechain crossover, is down only 7% today. So those are the two ones related to Pulsechain at the moment. We're probably going to see more protocols, crossover between TitanX and Pulsechain there. Tink token is the least worst performer. Everything's pretty much down. So Tink is at $2.15, so still holding up there. AwesomeX is down 8% there. So we've got a few movements down there. Inferno is down 12-13%. Pulsar down 14%. TitanX is down 15%. Now TitanX, of course, is the medium exchange. We're going to look at that in a minute. AwesomeX is down 17%. Baby Dragon X down 19%. Legend X down 19%. Vault is down almost 20%. Dragon X is down 21%. Alias is down 23%. And Blaze down 23%. Hyper down 24%. And Hydra down a very big 33.65%. A lot of this is to be expected. We're kind of having that cool down and consolidation after having quite a good number of runs in TitanX, and the RSIs were getting hot. So that was a very key indicator, hot RSIs on the daily. So it did need to cool down. So we're going to check that out in a minute. The other thing, of course, we've had multiple protocols launched. We've got multiple protocols coming. So it's a very busy ecosystem. Lots of things going on at the moment. So let's quickly look at the TitanX, and we can see the price there has had, it continues to rally. Look, see all the rallies, needs to cool off at certain stages, right? You see it's cooling off at different times, cool off here, needs to cool off here again, right? So and of course we lost the zero, right? So we're actually doing extremely well. You're going to have these, cool off days. Let's have a look at the RSI though. So you can see that the RSI was very hot. Look how hot it was there. Up at 82. Anything over 70 is overbought, right? Overbought, and it was all the way up at 82.74. Now TitanX ecosystem is a little different, right? Because we kind of got a little bit of a price floor. We got the buy and burns operating, so it gives you a lot of constant buying and burning. So just remember that. So it is a bit more robust than other ecosystems, but it still tends to respect the RSI. So there we are at the moment. So we've come off 82, 83 overbought. We're now down at around 64. So just cooling off here in the charts. Now you can see previously we've bounced off an area typically around 50, maybe even down to 46. So we do have quite a robust chart. And so we may very well get that this time as well. We may come down to 56, currently at 64 here. So that's kind of cool. Now we did have obviously Ouroboros launched, and people were expecting potentially 10 trillion of the 50.5 trillion could go into Ouroboros in 24 hours or even within a week. And we're going to check out the results on that. Obviously, that hasn't had an impact on the buying, on the price at this stage, but it may do over the next few days. Obviously, this is more, for me, more of a technical correction from the hot RSI, right? It was just so hot. So there's a cool off there and well needed. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. Let's quickly jump over to Ouroboros. We're going to come and look at the future roadmap in a minute, but we're going to look at the Ouroboros launch. So if you go to TitanX Hub, you can see that Ouroboros or ORX token has been added to the live tokens. So these are the live tokens here, which is pretty cool. You can see we've now got 16 projects live in the TitanX ecosystem. It continues to grow. This is the third of the big DeFis. It's going to be lending and stablecoin coming up. That's the second part of the Ouroboros. You can see the second part is down here, USDX. That's ticking away. So we're going to have a look at the website and we can see the results here. So using a dummy account, let's refresh this just to make sure we've got the latest and greatest. We can see that we got 1.68 trillion TitanX has been deposited. So that's around about 17% of the max supply, as I understand it, with the max supply down here being 10 trillion. And you can see the curves here. So at the moment, this flat rate, see this green line, this is the flat rate people are getting. So they're getting 6,000 TitanX per ORX. We've just started rising up the steeper line. So you're getting less TitanX. So it really pays to get in early. We just started rising up here. So now at the moment, it's around about 6,700 or 800 ORX per, TitanX per ORX. So it's going to cost you a bit more TitanX, but not a lot more, maybe about 11% or something. But that will continue to rise. So as more TitanX goes into the system, that green line goes up. So it's going to cost you more TitanX. So by the time you get to the middle here, it's about 20,000 TitanX. So down here on the flat curve, it was around 6,000. By the time you get in the middle, it's around 20,000. Once you get to the end, once it's all out there, it's going to cost you, 36,000 to 40,000 plus to get the rest of the coins. So remember that. And you can see the light blue line there is the cumulative one there. So it's the ORX supply. So the total ORX supply increases as people mint out using TitanX, and it flattens out, right? Because just the way it goes, most of it's coming out early for cheap. So there we go. That is kind of that. Now that's the TitanX side, but there's also, that's if you deposit TitanX, but there's also the ability to deposit Ethereum, and Ethereum is going to be used for things like setting up liquidity for the USDX stablecoin when it comes. So you get a lower rate, as I understand it, but that's ticking away as well. So there we go. TitanX deposited. So far, 595,000 tokens have been minted. 315 million ORX has been vested. Remember, it's a vesting cycle on this, so it does get locked away for some time. I think it's 28 days to release on using TitanX, and it's 21 days, I think, to on the Ethereum. The max future ORX supply is currently 307 million, so it's ticking away there at the moment. So there we go. So that's kind of the highlights there. What else are we going to say about that? So let's go have a look at the chart for ORX as well. Obviously, there's stuff trading. Let's have a look at that. And we're going to have to go to a very short time frame. It's only been trading for a little bit. This is the 15-minute chart. We can see that it started off, opening price was 22 cents. It peaked out up here a few hours later, up at $2.89. It's bottomed out when it came down to a local bottom at $1. Now back at $1.36. So that's where we're at the moment. 640K liquidity, $596,000 market cap. This is really, really good. And in the volume is at 1.9 million. Now, this would make it a really good candidate for the Titan farms, right? So whatever limited supply of ORX there's going to be in the market, remember there's a vesting and lockdown period. This could be very, very, going to be really pretty bullish over the next few weeks at least. So it could be a lot of fun. We did see a little bit of selling off on DragonX and stuff yesterday. People probably getting ready for the ORX, getting Ethereum and TitanX. So we did see a bit of that happening. So when you have these big projects, always a chance of that, especially when they're targeting like 10 trillion. These guys are about, what I say, about 1.7 trillion almost in here. So it's doing pretty well. So it's about 70% of the target so far. And it's only been, how many hours? It's been 11 hours. So in 11 hours, done 1.7 trillion. Not bad, not bad. The liquid supply of TitanX, of course, is going down. So that's been a positive there. So that's kind of where we are on that one. Let's have a look at the total supply that's in the market at the moment. I think we talked about that. W on Ouroboros says here 595 million minted. Let's go have a quick look at that on. I'm moving around a little bit here, but let's go look at that on the contract. Where we're going here, contract here, bam. 595,000 tokens. Yeah, so that's what we've got at the moment. So kind of cool. I keep heading the wrong tab there. So we've got 595. That is what we see on the contract. We have got 315 million vesting, and the future max supply at the moment is 307 million. That's kind of where we are at the moment. What else? I think that's it. We've got 216 liquid holders at the moment. There we go. What else can we say about this? 241,000 tokens in the ORX pool with 265 billion TitanX. So this is some of the overall summaries. We had 259 makers, 1.9 million in volume. Looks like we've had 493 buys over 231 sells. That's where we are. And of course, we know that the buy and burn is going to be 100% of all TitanX going into it. It's going to be used for the buy and burn. Kind of cool. So yeah, apparently at the moment, 135,500 ORX tokens per ETH that people put in. Your ORX tokens are mintable according to a linear 3-month vesting schedule, which begins to accrue after 21 days. So there we go. That's on that, and you can progressively claim between the 7th of November and the 9th of January 2025 for Ethereum. On the TitanX, apparently you'll receive ORX at the current exchange rate, which is about 6,800 TitanX per 1 ORX. Your ORX tokens can be claimed at the end of the vesting schedule. 100% of the deposit TitanX is securely held and used exclusively for ORX buybacks. You can claim your ORX at any time after the 14th of November. Full maturity without penalty will be achieved on the 16th of October 2025. So it is kind of a medium-term hold if you take it that path. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of some of the cool stuff there. I think that's it on that one. Should we check anything else on here? There is, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we'll leave that there. Let's go to the actual project on X and have a quick look at that, see what they've been saying about themselves. There's a documents there. You can read a lot more about it, of course, on the TitanX Hub. There, that's all like there. Looks like the DragonX team just basically went, and DragonX Hordes just entered $1,500 of ETH and $1,500 of TitanX, split 2 mints each total. So there's a little, what you can do a little position to experiment with that. This is the way 90% of the supply is going to TitanX depositors. The value flow of ORX today was just a teaser. How about that? So it's kind of cool. ORX strategy update is from Trader Lie, one of the better commentators out there. I've decided to lock in TitanX into the following vesting positions. First position is 100. What's that? 100 million, is it? 100 million tokens. The second position, 2 times 10, 100 million, and 8 positions time 1 billion there. That's 1 billion, sorry. 10 billion and is that 100 billion? Yeah, 100 billion there. Additionally, I've deposited a small amount of half ETH into the drip option for added flexibility, committing to a longer term strategy. I plan to maintain all positions for a 52-week vesting cycle. So there we go. There's some different strategies that people are doing. That's kind of a long-term committed. So what else there? When I told the build on TitanX, these things attract big players, it wasn't a lie. With the launch of ORX, a lot of uncertainty around the team has probably fallen away, and so people are going to price in that lack of uncertainty. TitanX gets most of the value, though. When the ETH allocations fill up, the only route left will be TitanX. How about that? So more buy pressure on TitanX and coming through this protocol. Kind of cool. Someone says when buy and burn. Let's see what else we got going on there. Yeah, 4 hours ago, $100,000 just deposited into ORX. Nice. So you're getting, nice little take up there. If you made gains in phase 1, the way to get an edge in phases 2 to 5 is by creating some TitanX deposits. So there's different things in there. I'd go through a lot of these to read through some of the ORX developments going on. So cool. Let's have a look at some of this. Might go to Hexkin talking about it as well. So nice. There's some strategies there. You can go check that out. All right. So that is what happened about 11 hours ago with the launch of ORX. So we've kind of covered that new project. Let's jump into the current position now where TitanX is regarding to inflation and hyperdeflation because that's pretty important, right? So ORX is the third of the big DeFis. It has attracted a lot of capital. We saw that about almost 1.7 trillion so far in 11 hours. What will it do this week, right? We'll continue to head towards potentially that 10 trillion target. We've got a liquid. So liquid yesterday at the end of the TitanX day. So that was about 13 hours ago. It was at 50.5 trillion TitanX. Now it is way down at 49. Below 49.3 trillion today. Now we do have a low mint day today. It's only 110 billion. So we see that on the dashboard here that we're only expecting a very low day. This one here. purple candle, 110 billion. So the things aligned very well, right? We had a big project launch and we had low inflation. And so the results are that we are down, what about 1.2 trillion today alone on deflation. So, hyperdeflation is coming. Deflation is here. And this number is heading down to the downside. So very, very excited about that. Especially if we see a bit of a pickup, a bit of confidence building in ORX this week. Obviously, Hydra's still out there, Flux is still out there, Volt's still out there. They're all still doing very, very well. And so they're ticking away as well. So let's have a quick look at some of those. Let's look at Volt and see how that's performing with the intake of TitanX and the perpetual auctions. They've been doing pretty well as well. So look down here, so we can see actually we have had a pickup in the amount of TitanX going into the Volt perpetual auctions, and it's looking very good. So it looks like we had 570 billion in day 18 on Volt. So that is ticking away. And of course, we have one of the two big projects coming up is Lotus, which is building on Volt. That's very, very bullish. We'll quickly have a look at the Flux one as well. There's a smaller project in relative terms, but still supporting Inferno. And we can see that it had 64 billion yesterday on their day as well. So what day was that? Day 20. Oh, that's a different day. That's hourly chart. But they had 64 billion. So that's pretty good. Bit of a pickup there too. They've managed to bottom out as well. So they bottled out about 34 billion. Now back up at 64. So that's positive for Flux. And so all these are ticking away. And obviously Hydra's out there as well. Now we will be starting a new day with this candle, 615 billion. This will be the last of the candles any as big as this, 615 billion. And this is the 17th. By the time we get through to the 21st, really we're not going to have many candles at all in the 400 billion range. And then we pretty much drop down to these very low candles from the 22nd of October, down as we lead into the 369 payout. And you can see that by the time we get here, that's only 353 billion. Most of these candles are very small, 147, 130, 120, 110. So very small candles ahead for the old TitanX. Let's have a look at the 90-day view. 90-day view here, you can see by the time we get to the 30th, which is right here, we will only have very small candles leading into that. And of course, then the big payout right of the 30th is going to be huge. Let's have a quick look at how big that is. On the on the payout, we can see that that is going to be a whopping, where's it gone here? Where's it gone? 36.9. $6.5 million there is coming, and that is 2,500 ETH. Now, obviously, if ETH continues to rally in the rest of October, then this is just going to be way higher by the time we get to it, and so it's going to be more buy pressure for TitanX. So that's very excited. So as you can see, inflation is going down dramatically, 1.2 trillion down today. We got much lower inflation coming. I'm really heading towards no inflation at all. So with all these protocols, eating them up, it's going to be pretty huge. Now, talking about new protocols, so we've got low inflation and hyperdeflation coming 30th of October, and big buying coming of TitanX. It's going to be huge. So this blip at the moment that we've got in the charts, this negatives. This is really your last time to really get in. So take this as for what it is, a nice little retracement, cooling down the RSI, and a chance to pick up more of the good stuff, TitanX and all the other tokens that you love before the really hyperdeflation comes in. So it's going to be really cool for that. And we can see that actually at the moment on the 369, we're only got 13 days and 7 hours to go on the 369 payout. So it's not far away at all. So remember that. And we've got all these projects coming in. So let's quickly talk about those. We've got AlienX is the next up after Ouroboros, 14 hours and 21 minutes away. So that is going to happen today. That's going to benefit Inferno, and it's going to be pretty exciting. They've had some good videos on that. I particularly like the mint phase allocation. So we're going to have a quick look at that. 28% of the TitanX is going to be sent to buy Inferno. So bullish for that. It's also obviously 28% sent to AlienX to buy and burn. 20% is going to TitanX, so it's going to help get rid of Titan even more TitanX, in addition to all those other protocols that are running at the moment, and of course push up the price in US dollar terms also. So good stuff happening here, and there's 8% going to the Flux Inferno buy and burn as well, and 8% going to the Inferno 2.0. So lots of good stuff happening for Inferno and TitanX and AlienX there. We can't wait for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that launch is coming up in 14 hours. And of course, the second part of ORX is going to be the USDX. Now that's going to public test next soon. So that's going to be pretty cool. And we might talk more about that. That's the lending stablecoin part. And of course, that's going to help bring more buy pressure and reduce supply. It's going to reduce supply, bring more buy pressure to buy more TitanX up. So you can see what's happening here. There's a lot of big buyers coming. The 369 payout, the lending protocol, element 280s buying and burning Hex, TitanX. So you can see it is a big deal. Lots of cool things coming in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Exciting times ahead. Now, the other project, of course, that's going to be launching is Lotus, and Lotus is coming up. Let me see where that is on here. Lotus is number 7 here at the moment. That is coming up, and that is going to be super bullish for vaults. So obviously, Vault is one of the 3 store of values. Those are DragonX, Inferno, and Vault. And Vault at the moment just cooling off here. So let's have a quick look at the Vault. Obviously, Vault is down in US dollar prices because TitanX is down, right? So TitanX is down. So Vault is down at the moment at a 3600th of a penny. Sorry, not 36, 3.6 cents, I should say. It bottomed out today at just under 3.4 cents. It's got a nice little T cross here, butterfly cross at the moment. So hopefully that will lead us to the upside. In 20 minutes, we close there. That's a very bullish sign. Let's go to the ratio, though. This is what we've really been looking at. And the ratio up is actually holding up a lot better, right? So the ratio there is at 29,900. Looks like it's about to go over 30,000 there. The buy and burns are ticking away. We've got buy and burns from element 280 and from Vault. And the Vaults have been filling up very, very nicely. You can see the latest buy and burns right there. The last one pushed us up very, very nicely. If you switch toggle here, you can actually see the ratio to TitanX as well, almost back over 30,000. So yeah, the US dollar price is down, but actually, it's actually doing pretty well. It peaked out here at 33,284, so we are down from that, but it's looking very, very strong. Let's go to the US dollar. We can obviously see a US dollar there, and if we add in the RSI, we would see that it was a bit overheated on Vault as well. But the actual ratio to TitanX is looking still pretty good. You can see a bullish on the RSI here. Lots of room to move. Now, let's go have a look at that on the protocol. Let's go to Vaults, and we're going to have a look at the results there. So Vault ticking away there, 1,277% ROI. Now, a lot of these ROIs are getting closed out pretty mostly towards the end of the day. Some people have told me that there's a little bit of gain in there. And what have we got in today? 36 billion so far. And we've got how many hours to go? 14 hours to go. So inside just under, just under 10 hours, 9 hours and 45 minutes. We had 36 billion going there so far. Total deposited into Vault so far, 16.3 trillion. This thing is a juggernaut just behind Hydra, right? This thing is huge. They're massive. And what else are we going to say about this? Let's go to the burn. So perpetual auctions have been very successful. The burn continues to hold up a lot because it's so successful, those auctions, and they still bring in a lot of TitanX. The TitanX is holding up very well. We're still sitting just below 3.9 trillion TitanX in the buy and burn. And the buy pressure today is 530. And we've got $640,000 of buy pressure. So take 640 and we'll look at the volume at the moment. 3.5 million in volume. So actually, we've got that 6.4 million in buy pressure there supporting us, right? It looks like the last 24 hours pretty much even on the buy-sell pressure. So that buy and burn helping a lot. And of course, remember, it's not just buying, but it's actually burning the token. So the supply is actually reducing. So let's have a quick look at the reducing supply in here. And we can see that 22.8% is now burned, this blue line. There is a liquid 743 million is liquid, and that's 70.5%. And then we've got obviously the treasurer, which this is where the auction comes from, right? 20% of this gets auctioned out every day, and that's got 70.7 million in it, 6.7%. So that's kind of the allocation. Now this Vault is going down very, very nicely. By tomorrow, we should be below 800 million tokens. So you can see we're currently at 814, so it's going to go down very, very nice. And so far 240 million tokens have been burned. Remember, there was only 1 billion and 55 million tokens. 1 million was given out during the first 10 phase auctions, and then 55 million was used for liquidity, right? So at the moment. We're already burned through a lot of that, and we're probably by tomorrow will be below, all things equal, will be below 800 million tokens in supply. So that leads us in very, very nicely for the next project, which is going to be launching, which is Lotus, and that's going to be bullish for Vault, right? So Vault's going to get some more love, more supply taken off the market, no doubt. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So let's quickly go down and see whether we've got any insights to that from Lotus. We're going to go to their Twitter account or X account. You see the beautiful artwork for Lotus. I really do love the artwork. It's certainly one of the things that stands out. Most hyper-deflationary mining protocol on the Ethereum blockchain will be Lotus, built on Vault and TitanX. We can't wait for that. They're cool little videos. Yeah, cool little videos. And the main, I think she's the main character too of the Lotus. Eyes on Lotus, get ready. 26th of October, Lotus will go live. Mint, stake, and earn. The Lotus protocol allocates 40% of TitanX to burning the Lotus token and sending 8% to the Vote protocol's treasury at Vault. How about that? Sending 8% to the Vault protocol's treasury. So TitanX is going to send 8% of it that goes in there to the Vault treasury Vault. So you can see we've got treasury Vault's only got 70 million, so it's going to help boost that. And what have we got there? I'm going to go here. Bam. Yeah, time variable and percentage variables of daily buy and burn. Time variable is 8 minutes. So every 8 minutes is going to be a buy and burn. And of course, the amount variable percentage is based on the day of the week. 4% of the total TitanX is used each day from Sunday to Wednesday per day, 10% on Thursday and 50% on Friday and Saturday. Now, we do see this is kind of the approach that we've seen with the Blaze and Inferno team. So that's going to be pretty cool. I do like their artwork for sure. So that's kind of cool. Looks like we've got some Lotus docs as well. So let's have a quick look at the virtual mining. That's all the details on this. So you can see that. They're going to have some mining rank bonuses. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, 4% of TitanX will set the DragonX Vault, 4% for the Vault's liquidity bonding, 8% used for Lotus liquidity bonding, 48% buy pressure to the Lotus, buy and burn, 8% uses TitanX to buy Vault and send to Treasury Vault. So that's very bullish, right? So that's another buyer coming in for the Treasury Vault, and that will be re-auctioned and help more buy and burns coming in, right? So very, very excited there. 4% buy and burns to Lotus, 28% TitanX sent to 3 reward pools and Lotus Bloom reward, 8% TitanX to Genesis. So I really like this allocation. I think that's really, really good. In fact, one of the better ones I've seen recently. So I really like that. Obviously, they're going to have staking and Lotus. They're going to have rewards as well. So it's going to be pretty, pretty cool. The Bloom reward, 5% TitanX. And you're going to have a minimum of 150,000 local tokens to qualify for that. The buy and burn, of course, is going to be a lot of fun to see that play out. They're going to have LP pools, so the LP pools will be cool. So Lotus starting price will be a third of a penny, $5,000 with just under 1.7 million Lotus tokens. They're going to be using a V3, which is very much in line with TitanX protocols. We have seen a little bit of departure to V2 pools, if you've noticed, Element 280, and of course, what we have the other day, AlienX, which is coming up as well. That's going to be using V2s as well. So there's a little bit of departure from on Titan Farms, of course. Well, Titan Farms is using V3, but they're acting like they're spreading a full range and spreading it like a V2 pool. Liquidity wallet there is going to be there as well. So kind of cool. I really like this. Looking good. Minus Lotus distribution. We'll talk about that. Virtual mining. You probably want to read through these charts and all that. This is going to be launching bullish for Vault. So Vault's just going to get better. And of course, we know more is coming for Vault because of the Vault Vision, which is a whole number of pillars or project dApps that are coming in November. So not too far away, right? So that's kind of the play there. And we're on the daily. Let's go to the daily for Vault. Obviously, Vault here is coming up there. So Lotus will be launching in a few days. So let's jump through that. So we're up the 26th, right? So that's only about 9-10 days away for Vault, for the Lotus to launch on Vault, and that's going to help feed the auctions there, perpetual auctions, and buy pressure. So that's going to be good. All right, that is that. Let's jump away from that. Bam. And what else are we going to do here? We're going to look quickly at AlienX. We have looked at AlienX a few times, but that is coming up. I think I did look at it earlier, so we might leave that there. That's going to be launching very, very soon, in about 13 hours or something. So kind of cool. What else are we going to say about this? Anything else? Highlights? Let's go in the chat there, see if anyone's made any more comments. We've got Tim Top in the house there. Oh, what's up? Hey, good to see you, Tim Top. Let's see where else there. Yeah, if you want to join Strategy Club, there's Wookie's link for sure. Brendan's in the house there. How do you suit me and the family? Good to see you, Brendan. Hope you're doing well. Nice pullback today, but buy the dip. Yeah, buy the dip, that's for sure. All right. I think that's kind of it, actually. Yeah. ORX and now at $1.34. Hope you guys enjoyed today's coverage. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. I'll catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everybody. See you later.